So there's some drama surrounding the biggest hardcore band to ever exist. So today I gotta talk about the Hatebreed situation. But before I do, hey, hi, hello, my name is Dan Frampton and welcome to the little YouTube channel that I got going on here. Thank you so much for the support. And if you haven't heard, one of the founding members, the bassist, known as Chris Beattie, was just kicked out of the band that he started in 1994 called Hatebreed. It's all very muddy and all very confusing and not all the answers are there yet. But today, we're gonna go through what we know so far. But before we talk about Jamie Jasta and the gang kicking Chris Beattie out on the streets, I gotta tell you about my new comic book. It is Chapter 1. It is available now for free using the link in the description. It is about this pit pro known as Zilch and all of his mosh pit adventures. His hype is in peril. Catch up with the story today for free, link in the description. Oh, and while I'm here plugging things, I also have a slop channel and a gaming channel that I uploaded to today. There'll be links at the end of the video for those, but I'll also leave links in the description for those as well. Okay, now onto the Hatebreed situation. Hatebreed started in 1994 and they quickly became one of the most popular hardcore bands to ever be a hardcore band. They were famously a part of the very first ever Hellfest, not to be confused with the big festival overseas called Hellfest, but more like the regional New York Syracuse Hellfest. Hatebreed was one of the big time gets that festival got way back in the day. And normally that's where hardcore bands peak. They become a touring headlining band that everybody wants to book. And once you've reached that spot, there's normally nowhere else for a hardcore band to go. That is, I guess, unless you're Hatebreed, because Hatebreed was able to transition from the hardcore scene into the greater metal scene and then kind of blow up in the metal scene and then get all these spots on all these metal festivals, even playing the other Hellfest, the big Hellfest across the seas. And right here we have examples of both of those things in the same search query over here. We got Hatebreed playing the original Hellfest, Syracuse 1997, and then we got Hatebreed playing the other gigantic Hellfest that takes place in Europe. And I don't think that there's any hardcore bands that played the original Hellfest that are still going today that are playing the big Hellfest overseas. But either way, all of that is to say, Hatebreed is friggin' huge. And they've been going for so long, and normally a band that's been going for so long, they kind of replace members here and there. People leave the band, go have families, drama happens, this, that, and the other. No big deal. But Jamie Jasta, the singer, and the bass player Chris Beattie were with the band for the very longest time since the birth of the dang band, for Christ's sake. But then the news officially came out yesterday that one founding member kicked out the other founding member, leaving Jamie Jasta as the only remaining original member of Hatebreed, still in Hatebreed. There is so much mystery, intrigue, and unanswered questions when it comes to this, but thankfully we have a little bit to go on right now, because yesterday Chris Beattie on his Instagram account called God of Bass released a statement on the matter, which reads, "I just want to take the time to let everyone know that I'm doing just fine, and I sincerely appreciate everyone who has reached out. I was under the impression a joint announcement would be agreed upon in advance, but since that was not the case, I wanted to address your concerns in my own post. At this time, I am unable to discuss the specifics surrounding my departure from Hatebreed on November 13th, 2024. However, I want to clarify that the decision to leave the band was not mine and that my departure was uncalled for and based on misleading and wrongful statements that will be subject to future actions. Chris Beattie." And this statement just serves to confuse things even farther. The mud has entered the water. So it's good to hear from him and it's all official. There's not really a lot of closure going on here because in it he says there's an agreed joint announcement that didn't take place, suggesting drama and miscommunication, and then he felt it forced his hand to make the statement. And he also feels that being kicked out of the band was unjust, uncalled for, and based on misleading and wrongful statements. So that suggests even more drama, maybe people talking shit behind the scenes, maybe someone saying that Chris did something without proof, and then people believing that Chris did the thing without the proof, and then kicked him out because they don't want the drama. Meanwhile, they just caused more drama to begin with. But again, that is just mere speculation. I don't know the behind closed doors specifics of this drama, of what's going on here. But when one original member kicks out another original member 30 years later, that's kind of a story. And then you're thinking, okay, well, they need a bass player. Oh yeah, they got a bass player. It's this guy over here, Matt Betchend of the band Shadows Fall. I guess he's gonna step in and play the old 4-string for Hatebreed for now. Google AI still thinks that Chris Beattie is in the band, which is interesting. It's a good thing you have this video to counter program that and let you know that he's not in the band. And 2 days ago, Hatebreed also addressed the situation on their official band profile, but they were a lot less wordy about the matter. They just posted a picture of the guy and said, "For the foreseeable future, bass duties will be handled by Matt Betchend of Shadows Fall." And they just show a couple pictures of him being a rock and roll rock star. They're happy to have him on board. Otherwise, they have all these dates to make. It's just business as usual for Hatebreed now. And when you're a band above the hardcore scene, when you're a band floating in these waters over here, Slipknot, Day to Remember, Baby Metal, when you're playing Knotfest, you operate on a different level. And I guess Chris Beattie was just too much of a risk to have around. Well, we hate to see it. It's pretty sad, and I really don't think that any more specifics are going to come out about this situation. It's just going to be Hatebreed has a new bassist. It was unjust and unfair. Chris Beattie's going to have to find a new band to play in, and I guess that's just going to be where it sits for right now. So thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, see you later, and have a good one.